Dr. West, talk to us about how much it means to, with your friend, Tavis Smiley, on the night that not only celebrates his 60th birthday, but also receives a Lifetime Achievement Award from the President of the United States.
Well, one is language fails and words fall short to begin to capture what Brother Tavis means to me as my brother. And to be able to be here just makes me recognize just how good God is and what a divine gift that Brother Tavis is to all of us, including myself.
Absolutely. It's so important that we also continue to expand the democracy. Talk to us about the importance of having additional parties and your running for independent.
No, but it's just a matter of what Tavis said. We all crack vessels. We're trying to bear witness and be a witness to truth and justice and love. We do it in a variety of different ways. We all have different gifts that we try to cultivate, but we have to do it individually. We got to do it collectively. We have to do it in solidarity. We have to have a spirituality and a morality, but we got to have a lot of courage. We got to have a lot of funk. Pushing it through.
I love it.
That's Brother Tavis.
You've always been such a strong proponent of faith and also education. Tell us about how that continues to not only be the foundation of how we will carry our people forward, but the need for our young people to continue to study, to prove themselves.
Well, one of the great moments, of course, was when Tavis talked about the young people, the unbelievable impact that he's had on the younger generation with his various programs that I was blessed to be a part of at USC and UCLA every year, trying to get them to have a calling and a vocation, not just career and profession. And Tavis is the greatest example of that of his generation. What it means to be called, what it means to have a vocation, what it means to serve the people, what it means to love the people, and keep your humanity, sense of creativity, sense of humility.
Yeah.
Nobody like that.
Absolutely.
Nobody like that.
Last element, our show has been called Music and Medicine, and throughout tonight, you dropped in those songs, the places, some of the artists that came out of Mississippi. Talk to us about when you hear those words, how they speak to your heart.
Well, I was talking about black music. Black music is the greatest tradition in the modern world of artistic creativity, spiritual fortitude, and moral courage. And it's a way of healing a people. And you heal the people by giving your all. Kenosis, the unbelievable emptying of oneself in sound to others to touch their hearts, mind, and soul, so that it might cheer them up, it may empower them, and may enable them. And that's a beautiful tradition.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
Some young philosopher today is studying in a college classroom. What words of encouragement would you give them to continue to help lead our people to greatness?
I would tell them to have an habitual vision of greatness in the form of service to others, to have a profound pursuit of truth and beauty and goodness and God and the holy, and to come down where you come down by thinking for yourself, taking the form of finding your voice, just like the anthem of black people. Lift every voice, not echo. Be a voice, not an echo.
Absolutely. Sometimes just taking the contrary. Some people say that faith has been used as a way to keep us down because it's given us that concept of not always being able to lift ourselves up. What would you say about the importance of faith still continuing to be our bedrock?
Right. Anything can be used by demonic forces. The term democracy, the term equality, churches, mosques, synagogues, they've all done things historically that have little to do with God and love and grace and mercy. But at the same time, I would argue that the prophetic elements of those institutions, be it church, mosque, synagogue, temple, and so forth, be it in the secular world, the prophetic ones, the ones that really tied to truth and love, they constitute the real leaven in the loaf and the salt of the earth. And we need a lot of salt and leaven right now.
Yeah. When times get politically intense, a lot of people feel there's no need to vote because there's just no point, and they feel a sense of hopelessness. What would you tell maybe that voter who doesn't feel like they should be going to the polls this year?
I just tell them to have the courage to love, have the courage to think for themselves, and have the courage to hope and lift their voice. And voting is just one form of lifting your voice. But don't be discouraged. Don't be despondent. Be of great courage and work through your despair and come out on the other side. And Brother Tavis, is the grandest example of that of his generation.
So what's one of those special qualities, maybe a secret story that you have that really you feel helps embrace or embody your relationship with Thomas?
Whoa, it's just the love we have for each other. Definitely. One thing I would highlight would be courage. You can't do anything great in life and be a coward. You got to have courage. But the courage has to be tied to a compassion. The two go hand in hand. But I got to get back to party.
Thanks so much.
Lord, appreciate you.